Alright, so first you print out all the plans, and then you'll go and you'll notice that it gets cut off right here. All the lines and stuff get cut off, so you'll have to take like a ruler and then lay it up against all the edges, like this edge, you know, and then draw a line. And then you cut all the excess off, like I did it to all these so far. And then like when there's only one line, you just kind of measure how far it is from here to here, and then like draw it out from here to here, and then just, you know what I mean. So you have to do that to all the plans and trim off all the like excess paper, and then you tape them all together. And then after you got all the pages taped together, cut each part out. And then trace each shape on the foam and cut it out. I'm using 1/2" pink insulation foam, but you can use whatever kind of foam you want. Like you could use 6mm Depron, 9mm Depron, you could use fan fold foam, you could really use just anything. So yeah, we don't really need all these little parts right now. All we need are these. So what we're gonna do is run a bead of glue down like right there, and then squish it together and put tape and pull the tape really tight over the seam on both sides to connect these two pieces together. So I'll get right on it. So yeah, just like that. See some tape. But yeah, now we're going to cut the control surfaces. Now on my plans over here, if you put them down, you'll see that it says to make them pretty much just from here right there to there. Now that's big enough for like a newbie, but like it'll give it control, but not too much control. But since I'm not really a newbie, I'm gonna make mine like a little bit bigger. So I'm gonna start mine here and then go to like right there or something like that. Alright, so if you're not very experienced with park jets, just use this much, but if you're a pro, make it a little bit bigger. So yeah, you see, like that, and then beveled it under here 90 degrees, you can see it right there, and then taped it on the bottom and the top, a few pieces, and so do yours just like that. So now we're gonna make the rudder. On the plan it just says to make it this big, like this line right here, and just cut this part off, but that'll work just fine. But I'm gonna make it like that also, just so I have more control. So I'll start cutting. You see? Ooh, hooray! Tape and tape, just like that. Boom. So then glue your whole thing over here on, and then come over here and see your rudder, make it go over there like that, as far as you think you're gonna have it go, and draw a line, and do that on the other side too, so it's like that, you know, and then cut those parts out, just so, because it's different with different thicknesses of foam, so that's why I made these bigger than I had to, or go out farther here on the plan. So yeah, just do that. See that? So now it's like all good, so these can move, all those are over like that, it's all good. So yeah, so then glue the front on like that, you see. So then put that piece on, not this big piece, just that smaller one. It should go right to that thing, to about right where this is, just like that. So then put the other one on the back, like that, you see, just like that. Boom. So now cut a channel about like right there on the plane with a soldering iron or something, and then put either a wood or carbon fiber rod in it. It's like boom, like that. It should go, yeah. So do that to both sides and glue it in and tape over it. So it should look like this. Yeah. So now glue in your motor right there. I'm using a Wellguard 221206 motor with a 6x4 prop. That's how big I cut the hole for, is a 6-inch prop, so you should use that. 2200 kV, and I just have it screwed to a piece of wood, and then that I just glued with epoxy. Don't use hot glue because it'll melt. With epoxy to the foam, like that. And then put your ESC on just like that. Yeah, and then bevel all these edges right here so it's more aerodynamic. Like, see right there, there, all around anything that's gonna have air rushing past it. Bevel it like that. So yeah. So next, put on all your servos and horns and push rods. Put them, like, this one can be behind the thrust that goes out, you know. But put these on the sides, like out there, and then do your things however you want to do it. I don't know. Everybody has their own way of push rods and whatever. So yeah. So then run all your wires back to the receiver. You can put it really anywhere, but I put mine right there. So your CG should be about right there. So maybe a ½ inch from here to there. Yeah, just about right there. Now, I don't know if that's totally legit yet because I haven't flown it because I'm still building it, but I did some glide tests and that's what seems right, so that might need to be adjusted in the future. But that's where I'm going to start. I don't know. You can do whatever you want. Alright, so I just went out and flew it real quick, and that CG would be perfect right there. My CG is about right there. So it flies good, which is a tiny bit of up trim. That much up trim, that's it. You can barely even see it. I'm using a 1000 milliamp battery. You can either go 1000 milliamps or smaller because it's a light plane. 1000 milliamps is probably the maximum I would go because you need a light battery up front because the motor is pretty far up front also. So, and if you can, like, I don't know if you've already done this, but put your servos as far back as possible, because I have my battery way just right up towards the motor, and it's still kind of a little bit nose heavy, or I don't even know. Wait, no, it's still a little bit, yeah, nose heavy. So I'd want to move it back more, but I can't. So I want more weight on the back. So I'd move these servos back if I were you. All right, so yeah, I flew it without even beveling the edges right here, and it flies. It's slow as Hello Kitty-ness, but it's super slow, but I'm gonna bevel these so it'll get more aerodynamic and faster. But it's a beast at 3D. Thrust vectoring works great. This thing will do high alpha like no other. It's cool. Alright, so yeah, I'll bevel all my edges. I beveled all the edges. Bam. So it'll make more lift and make it faster, more aerodynamic. On the tail, front of the tail, trim up here, just makes it all more flowy. It's not like beautiful or anything, but it does help. For the time it takes to bevel these edges, it makes a huge difference. You don't need to like sand it or anything unless you want it to be all like super fast. But for the kind of flying I'm doing, just kind of slow flying around, doing 3D and stuff, this is perfect. So this plane looks absolutely horrible, so now I'm gonna make it look pretty. And it's done. So yeah, it's all done. This plane flies really good in high alpha, and it's not too fast, but the thrust vectoring does a lot. And for control surface movement, you don't have to have it too, like, maybe you want these to move up and down about like maybe like that much, if you like that much, and then you can go a lot more if you're more advanced. But yeah, it's when they're moving a lot, you have a lot of control, like stableness, like you're not overcorrecting too much, but then you also have really fast roll at the same time. So it's kind of weird. It's like the best of both worlds, like Hannah Montana. All right, so that's it. I'm probably gonna try and put a BEC on mine because my battery my ESC gets super hot. So yeah, that's that. It's all ready to fly. I'll probably fly tomorrow. Sweet. Thanks for watching. Bye. Thanks for building. Bye.